What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mike and Max Off-Road Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Austin. We are brought to you by Keep It Simple Off-Road and the fastest growing off-road podcast in the nation. This is
Max Kraus, and I'm not a robot,
Right.
but I am here, and it's go. Okay, that's enough of that.
I wonder why I threw everything out of order.
I don't know.
My brain's weird, dude.
Your brain's out of order.
It is. It really is.
Boom,
Why does it
dude, we
seem
gotta
extra
jump.
bright in here today.
It is.
What the hell?
Because it's extra gloomy outside. You haven't had full sun exposure,
Is that what it is?
even though you got full heat exposure on your face, dude.
Dude, I can see it in the video,
Yeah,
too. man.
it's almost every week. You have, oh, there you go. Foggy glasses fixed.
Right.
Hey, so should we thank a couple people?
Absolutely. This podcast,
Nice.
my friends, is brought to us, is sponsored by and brought to you, lovely folks, by Rod Jeep,
Whoa, RC3
RC3 Jeep
Jeep.
on Instagram.
Our buddy Rod. He gave us this really cool Warrior action camera. Oh, I thought it was a GoPro.
It's like a GoPro knockoff.
Yeah, it looks exactly like a GoPro,
Dude,
and it has a Warren logo on it, so it's twice as cool. As a matter of
Exactly.
fact,
It's meant for off-road.
dang! And then that Carlitos guy gave us that suction mount.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
perfect.
we're definitely gonna do some cool stuff. We were talking about it, how we want to do some windshield suction cup or like roll bar clamps and get some in the cab stuff.
Yeah, kind of like riding
And,
cars with comedians.
You know, when we do trips like the CD or like some cool obstacle or some cool wheeling, you know,
Yeah.
you can get some nice scenes to put into the podcast or just into the regular videos.
Anytime we got somebody that's a newbie one that's in there, we got to get a camera on them because they're so much funnier to watch. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, dude.
What?
I was going to make an entire
Good
video.
coffee?
Dude, I'm so sick of people and their coffee. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Every YouTuber has to have a coffee intro B-roll. Roll the smoothie buttery B-roll of me making my coffee and sipping into this damn mic. I hate that.
I
too.
love coffee.
Look, I got hot again. I was
I know.
pissed off.
Oh, you're steaming. You got to cool your core, bro.
I don't know what's up.
You know what you need?
Hot flashes,
You
dude.
know what you need?
I'm in
a nice
menopause.
hot coffee.
I'm in
Calm me down.
menopause. No. All right, yeah. All right. Uh-huh.
What else? What else we got going on?
Nothing. Oh,
Nice.
my King of the Hammers video of the top 10 things that I thought was less than 10 that actually is 14 is actually out. So head over to Keep It Simple
Yeah.
Off-Road YouTube and check that out.
I actually really liked it.
Yeah.
Every now and then, you know, the videos just doesn't interest me 100%, but they're still good.
Yeah.
But this one, I was really into it.
You think it kind of showed really what the week was sort of like?
It was very interesting to see all the stuff at King of the Hammers, but I don't know if it showed, you know, like it doesn't show cold or it doesn't really show the wind well, like the things you hear of, you know?
Yeah, I should
It
have
doesn't,
described it better, huh?
No. I like the video a lot, but does it truly describe being there? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know either.
I don't think so.
I have to fast forward the first 5 or 6 minutes of it every time I watch it because I'm tired of seeing that already. You know what I mean? But it's yeah, it was definitely cool. I got to get better at telling the stories. I may vlog a couple of off-road trips. Like next
Yeah.
weekend, I'm going to go wheeling.
That'd be awesome.
I'm going to wheel Florence with
Yep.
Matt McCowan and them, and I'm going to vlog.
Oh, the guy in the Bronco?
No, he's got that little wheelies, the little blue wheelies, and he also has that Apex. You ever seen the Apex video of his? He's got a military wheelies that's all doped out. The
I don't
LS.
even think I'm thinking of the same person as you.
He also has an Ultra 4 car. Anyway, no.
Okay. No.
It's the guy I bought the battery from, the Odyssey battery.
Oh, okay.
So-
I remember you buying it.
that's
heads
That's
up.
a bonus.
That's a bonus. Okay.
So I'm gonna go wheeling with him. We're gonna do Florence. We're gonna do like Highway to Hell, Bad Medicine,
That'd be
Upper
awesome.
Ajax, and Woody's Wash. I guess
Okay.
I don't know.
Woodpecker?
That's what I think it is.
Oh.
Maybe they call it Woody's Wash now.
Or they just know some better trails that
well,
aren't
they
as
live
popular.
over there, so
you
that's
know?
their main.
You're gonna do Friday night and Saturday night?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah,
That'd be cool. I wish I could go, but I don't trust the Jeep enough right now.
Steve last night. Yeah, we'll get into that. Steve last night said he was going to go. Maybe show up for Saturday morning. So, but anyways, my point of that is I'm going to vlog a couple of these.
Your face.
Yeah, I'm going to vlog a couple of these to try to get better at just telling stories. You know what I mean?
I like
so
that.
Not like I'm trying to start a vlog. I just want to get better at storytelling.
Yeah. But that's a great way of doing it. And it's more content of wheeling. And I like your outlook and perspective of showing how the wheeling is. Like the CD video and the Highway to Hell video. Those two are still my favorite.
Yeah, I like those two too. They're fun.
And I like how they're not just like camera on the Jeep going up obstacle. You know, it's like the view is like distorted and like then it just zooms in on the tire lugging on a rock. You
Yeah,
know,
if I
like
can- yeah.
there's cool stuff in it that it makes it more like cinematographic.
Cinematic sort of. No, I'm with you. I'm the same way. Like sometimes it's way zoomed in because I like to see the person driving. I like to see their facial expressions as they're trying to figure it out. That's my favorite part. So, and like you said, when the tire flops over on it.
I think it'd be cool to add some drivetrain shots, like mount some stuff under the Jeep and in a safe spot so you can see the shocks and the drive shaft moving and the axle. And
I did that one time a long time ago, and that thing didn't get any views. But it was one of my. It's got like 32 views. But it was.
Is it on your old channel? I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, it's on the. I think it's on the old one. But it was on. It was before my Jeep was even painted. But it's I love those shots. Yeah. The back and forth and the axle bouncing.
Especially like if it's something cool. Yeah. You know, like when they're stuck on an obstacle and it's really working it. Like
there's one where it goes into water and goes underwater and comes out.
I think I've seen that one. Dude. I think I've seen something like that. Oh, so there we go. We got a nice new camera to try that with.
To beat the shit out of it. Oh.
So thank you, Rad.
Rad. Thanks, Rad. Right on. So yeah, let's get into our trail topic.
Trail talk.
Trail talk. Anyway, I think I have an intro.
We're so good at this. You have an intro for like you break up the podcast and insert it
like a little intro.
Yeah, it's like a music thing, right?
Yeah,
I heard it on one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like rock music or something. It's like
I don't remember. I made it up on the spot.
Rocks. No.
So let's discuss why you don't trust a Jeep currently, Max.
Well, let's go way back. Okay. 7 days ago, we went on a super cool camping trip, which turned out amazing. And we did off-roading.
I hope.
So we went to MudSprings. No show Chris, who's also known as No Grip Chris, but he can't graduate into Scottle Chris because he never shows up anymore, So he bailed right away.
Is that Orange Chris or White Chris?
White Chris.
I'm so confused on all the Chris's
No
anymore.
Grip Chris is White Chris.
Oh, okay.
Because he's got no grip. Everywhere he goes, he's got no. It's like a funny thing to me.
Okay.
But
that's White Chris. Okay.
Yeah. So White Chris is now no show / no grip Chris.
Okay.
And on the chat, Orange Chris is now Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know.
We got to change that one.
I think he's like trying to act like he's got money or something. He's like, check out my stuff.
His new car.
Oh, he did get a new car.
Yeah.
Damn. Anyways, so it ended up being Steve, who is Scottle Steve.
Yep. The maroon.
And then and Daryl Daree.
Oh yeah.
So like some pretty good Jeeps. No. Did I say Steve? Steve didn't go. Or I'm sorry. Okay, let me start over. Orange Chris went and Daryl went. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Jesus,
That's it.
Man.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, how do you got to get to this location?
Anyways.
Go down to the Burger King. That's not it. You're totally in the wrong way. You got to go over this way.
Anyways, so we planned on going on a camping trip with some people. Who they are, nobody knows. But, dude, we were only about a quarter into the first day of wheeling, and I hit something super hard, and the bung pulled out of the control arm.
Oh, man.
That I welded.
So did the weld stay to the bung, or did it stay on the arm?
To the steel. It's all steel, right? But to the arm.
Okay. So it was hotter on the arm.
I had good penetration against the open ring of, like we talked about.
Yep.
It's harder to weld into the top of a flat surface than into the edge of a surface.
Right.
Or it's not harder. You have to put more heat into to get penetration. So, dude, it literally was it like pulled out clean. Like nothing was fucking stuck to that bung.
Right.
Which is shocking because I've driven that thing for almost a year now with those bungs in there. So it must have been so tight. Like in my mind, I was like, it probably was surrounded like with wet concrete and it dried and that held it in place, which is hard to understand.
Yeah, that's crazy because that's a taper. That should have shot that out. I can't believe you had zero penetration on the bung.
Yeah. Or I swear it had zero penetration. Or not enough.
Yeah.
Close to zero.
But I heard Daryl welded up real good.
Yeah.
So
he's got a little ready-to-go welder with its own battery. It didn't need to be hooked up to anything.
That's awesome.
And it's just a little spool gun, And, dude, we pulled the arm out right away. And then he had to come along. Pretty much Daryl had all the tools.
Where did he get that welder? I'd like to know.
I don't know. He said he's had it for like 10 years.
Oh.
And now it's like $1,200 or something like that. But it's nice that you don't need to hook it to anything.
I know.
So
I went and looked at the Power Premier welders right after that. I saw your guys' pictures.
Yep. But that's still a stick welder, right?
$1,400. Yeah.
Still stick?
Yeah.
See, I don't think we're good at stick welding. We need to really do some practice.
I've stick welded Quite a bit, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Huh.
I have. That's where I started to learn how to weld.
Okay.
I was welding the carts at Sam's Club. When the
Nice.
wheels break
nice,
off, that's where I
nice,
started to learn.
Nice.
So anyway,
Do you grind it and everything, like smooth, or just?
it was all ground. It was done properly, man.
Nice. Okay. I'm just asking.
Okay.
I don't know your life.
Right.
Besides the endless stories I've heard 10 times.
Right.
But so come along, because of course, dude, triangulated rear end, fucking axle's gone, right?
Same
the
side
axle,
too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Passenger side again.
Yeah, I saw that.
So the axle's like kicked back into the body of the Jeep again, right? So which stopped the tire, luckily.
Yeah.
I don't know where it would have gone otherwise.
Dude, break
And we
everything
fucking
off
come
the
along to back. Daryl's little 140 welder. Dude, he just put some good fucking hot burns, like long, like not tacks, but like he did it in little sections,
Yeah.
Dude, put it back together. And let me remind you, this is the first quarter of the trip.
We're
not
wondering.
even into the obstacles. Like, I just got stuck over a big rock pile where it broke, because I probably chose that line to make it more difficult.
On one of the ups where it goes back and forth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I kind of
But
know,
not
I
even
know right where
not even a bad one.
Oh.
Like, dude, we're where you make a big turn and the whole trail changes after that turn.
Yep.
We're only halfway to that turn.
Wow, that's crazy.
And then, I was looking at them. We did get it all fixed, welded up and everything. It worked great. And I looked at Daryl and I was like, dude, how much do you trust that little welder, Like,
Right.
What do you think about the penetration of the weld? Because apparently I don't know how to judge it, So I was like, don't ask me. But he's like, yeah, I think it was good, And I was like, so it took a couple minutes, but we decided to just go on,
Just keep moving
and do the whole trail and go camping and do the whole trail out.
And it worked fine.
But it did, but it's nerve wracking as fuck, if you just, it's a trail fix. And then we still did 2 more days of wheeling on it. And I drove it home on the freeway.
Yeah. But what are you going to do? You're not going to cut it out.
No. Whoa. Yeah, I'm going to change it now.
Oh, that whole link?
I'm going to try to do all the lower links in aluminum.
Oh, gotcha.
That'd be my next goal.
Oh, yeah.
Because
You
I don't need
worry about that
I don't need to weld aluminum. That's the perfect type of welding for me.
That's
apparently.
funny.
But dude, the trip was so good. MudSprings. Again, those, Rad Me Go Rock.
Yeah.
Like, still blue.
Is it?
Which,
Dude, I want to go on that trail
thanks, Dave.
so bad, but I ran out of time. I spent all day doing the podcast. So
yeah, dude, even the camping was so good. We really, I prepped out all the breakfast stuff, and there was literally an entire meal left over because no show Chris wasn't there,
right?
So we had to throw it away.
Oh,
What a waste! But the prepping out the breakfast, and I froze it at home, and then carried it in the cooler.
Yeah,
for the entire Saturday, and then Sunday morning we made it. Worked perfect.
Then you just sort of heat it up. Huh?
Yep. Yeah. I had the little sausage links and bacon all pre-made and frozen. Daryl put it on the grill. Dude, it was hot and ready to go.
Yeah, I saw you guys were stepping up the
then,
game. I think I commented.
And then we had a little 2-burner stove, and I just heated up the potatoes and the eggs. It was a great breakfast.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then we found a cool waterfall because there's a lot of water.
I saw that. You found the actual spring.
Yeah.
The actual mud spring.
Yeah. Well, it was clear water spring.
Is that what it's called?
No, this is what it looks like. Clear water.
I know, but it's a spring. It's called Mud Springs.
Yeah. And we've never seen a lot of water
there's
there.
a spring.
Yes.
Okay.
We found it.
That's what I'm saying. I was
But it's the water is very clear.
How did you find it? Did somebody
Daryl found it. He heard the noise and he was like being like Inspector Gadget and looking around,
Right.
And he's like hiking up on the rocks and he yelled to us. And Chris and I were drinking whiskey, at camp. We're like, we're not going hiking, but then we did, and it was super cool.
So you got to the house, the camp house?
Yes.
While
Set up.
still light.
So yep.
Nice. And then
probably like 4 p.m. we got
you
there.
guys booked out too, because Chris was home by like noon.
Yeah.
You guys hauled ass to get out of there.
Well, we left camp at like 8 in the morning.
9, 10, 11. Yeah, and another hour home. Yeah, 4 hours.
It was good.
Because it's like 3 hours to get out, right?
At least, yeah.
Yeah.
Without issues.
Okay, so you're setting right. So you're setting at the camp is where he heard it. He started
Yes.
hiking around. So it's near that house, which makes sense.
So like here, like the trail comes in like this, right? And then there's the big camp.
Yeah.
And then out this way is like a single track motorcycle trail that we kind of followed.
Okay.
And then there's a huge boulder rocks or stacks everywhere. And dude, it just kept going in and out of boulder stacks and like little waterfalls. It was really, really cool.
So for people listening or whatever, it's a house. It's not really a house. It's like a shed. But it was once a house at one time because there was like a whole square concrete thing.
It was
back
probably
there.
like a miner's camp setup, and like extended stay. Like
Yeah.
there's an old school stove, like an old school cupboard type stuff in there.
Were those spring beds still there? Those
Yeah,
cot beds?
yep.
That's
All that
awesome.
stuff. In that huge picnic table still there.
Nice.
So, dude, we had a ripping fire, dude. Thanks to Steve, he gave us all this like chemically treated wood.
Oh, that's nice.
And dude, none of us had a sore throat the next day. Daryl was afraid we weren't gonna wake up, but
that's why we one time burned a bunch of pallets,
yeah,
and there was crap on the pallet that
Yeah.
leaked into it and got
Oh.
everybody sick.
Yeah.
Because we were cooking hot dogs on it, and everybody got sick, and that was it. I never burned pallets after that. But
especially not food over it.
I know, dude. Well,
But Daryl was a little worried about the wood, but dude, we had an awesome fire. We had a 6-hour fire.
nice.
And Daryl did bring some actual like wood from like a tree,
Yeah.
and I just had like from China wood, to ship this equipment to the U.S.
Oh, right.
And dude, it was
Coronavirus.
awesome, dude. Did you see the photos of how I stacked it? Kind of like,
Yeah,
dude,
like a
it
brick
was
square.
it was a ripping, raging fire, man.
Nice. That's awesome.
I had a great time. It was so relaxing, and then you see a little bit of the glow from Phoenix over the mountains, but that's it. So you don't have a lot of light pollution, and the stars were so crazy.
Yeah, that's
out
the best
there,
about
and-
being out there is you're
Yep.
way out there. Even though I'm shocked you could see any kind of lights at all because
Yeah,
3 hours.
You're not that far from. You're not 3 hours from Phoenix.
No, you're right. But it's 3 hours because of the trail to get
Yes.
to it. But it's
Yeah.
a long diagonal.
It's a 7-mile trail, I think, is what Daryl ended up doing on his GPS.
Okay. That makes sense.
But did I tell you about Daryl's tent?
No.
So he was talking to everyone how he has this tent. It's like 8 feet tall. It's got 7 bedrooms, and it's got a pull-out bidet. I don't know what it has, but he didn't bring that, and he went to like a store and got like a little tent for a person.
Right.
Dude, it's 5 feet long. It's
So he didn't even
3
fit in
feet tall. It's like 3 feet wide, and I was that's your tent?
it? Dude.
I think he slept diagonal, and he said it worked. But
Right.
like me and you can't stretch your legs out.
Dude, that's funny. That's hysterical.
It's a kid's tent.
So on that topic, so Jared and I, one time we were camping and we were heading to Knowles Canyon, Knowles Lake, way up on the woods, up on the rim. And Jared was like, Dad, I got this, man. I got all our sleeping handled. You just bring your sleeping bag. We're good. And so we ended up going up there, but the place was on fire, right?
And
so,
you'd never seen any of the equipment, right? Like,
Nothing.
It's all new.
yeah. So
Okay.
we pulled an audible because it was on fire back there. So we ended up going to Blue Ridge Reservoir, which is a long, skinny reservoir,
Okay.
but there's like no banks, right? So, but we had a raft because we were going to Lake Knoll. So we ended up lightening up the load, grabbing just what we needed, and we jumped in. We inflated the raft and we rafted like 2 miles down this river, right? The point of this was when we got down there, I'm stuck now. Jared pulls out this tent, and it's a toy tent, dude. Like it's a little tiny toy tent, and my waist down wouldn't even fit in there. Only my upper body was in this tent, dude. And I had to sleep in there with him because he was so proud of this tent. You know what I mean? He fit in there as a kid.
Did you go head first or feet first?
I went head first and left my
yeah.
feet out.
Yeah.
And then
It's better to be grabbed by your ankles, by
yeah.
like a bear and stuff.
He drug out of there kicking and screaming. That's funny. So when the first night we were like that, and then I was like, I want to try to do something different, and I did like a rope with a tarp and made a little lean-to thing.
lean-to, yeah.
Yeah, and slept under that because it was brutal. Dude.
That just helps with the wind, right? It
Yeah.
cuts the wind out, and then like a little protection from the elements.
It was pretty damn funny though.
Yeah.
And then he was
Isn't that the same trip where you tried to pull the sleeping bag up, and it went to your belly button?
no, that was with Dave and
Oh, that's different. That was all the ultralight camp gear.
yeah,
No.
Dave's like, check this out. And we flew to Yosemite to hike Yosemite. And he's like, go to Walmart, buy this bag. And so I didn't even open the bag. I just bought the bag. And it was like the size of a small Nerf football,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he's like, look how light this stuff is, dude. And I opened it up literally and literally zipped up all the way, only came to my
It's
waist.
like putting on pants.
The pants, yeah. I had pants on. And the
Was it cold though at night when?
well, luckily I have my good tent. You know what I mean? So
okay.
I was like, okay, I was okay in there. We wake up in the morning and Dave's like, I'm so effing cold, dude. And I was like, literally I'm sweating in there again, even with my little sock on or whatever the hell that thing, my little leg cocoon. Yeah, that
so
was funny, but we still have that little thing, and it's for one of the kids, for the little kids.
That's the good
grandkids.
size for them.
It's funny. That's funny. But you're again stuck in a country, or not a country. It's California, but different. Might as well be.
But
Good stuff.
MudSprings.
Yes, back to MudSprings.
Super off camber. I think it's more off camber coming down those hills against
yeah.
those rocks. I think going up is easier now that I've done it like 2-3 times this year.
I told you I drove over that big rock. I saw Daryl's tire on there.
That's why we did it.
Yeah.
But it didn't work for him.
Really?
He pretty much dinged the door trying it. So what happened, he did get the tire on top of Radmigo Rock.
Yeah.
And then what happened is his longer wheelbase, I think he started coming down it as his rear was supposed to climb.
Right.
And what happened is he basically slipped off of it in the middle of that. And he did get it he got some light scratches on the door.
Essentially same thing like on Anaconda if you don't get that
Nancy.
back tire. Oh, don't tell Nancy. Nancy doesn't watch. This is a men's podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. That's why we always say, don't be a Nancy.
Oh, right.
No, No, that wasn't it.
No.
Anyways.
Right.
We like Nancy.
Bad joke. Yes,
She,
Nancy's cool. She's really cool. Was she there?
No.
Just
it was
the guys, huh?
Just Daryl. Yeah, it was a really good guys trip. And luckily Daryl doesn't drink. Way more for me and Chris.
Did he go to bed early?
I did. I don't know why. I was so tired by it was 11 at night, dude.
Well, dude,
I was tired as fuck.
Remember when you and I did Wickenburg Mines Trail?
Yeah.
And you were leading with the map with that Wells book?
It's
you
hard.
were so stressed,
Yeah.
right? And you were
Yeah.
and I was having a blast.
There's
back
like
there.
100 turns you got to look for on
But the
that
point
type
of it is
of
you were
trail.
having brain your brain was working. So because you broke so early, you were so tired because your stress level getting back there was probably off the charts.
I felt pretty good about it once we got maybe halfway through the trail. But you're right, it's a lot of stress, and it's it sucks to break down, and you feel like a burden. Even though Daryl and Chris were probably the two coolest people to break down with, it was never an issue. Instantly, Daryl was on it. He's like, dude, I got the welder. He's like, I've been wanting to use it.
Nice.
I'm ready. And
dude, it was amazing. You guys had all that stuff to do.
Yeah.
I'd like to see his welder because
awesome.
I want to get my welder either fixed or what we're doing with what we have. You have to be able to cut metal and put it back together.
Yep, and he did have a little grinder with a flapper wheel on a 20-volt battery or something like that.
Well, now that we've made that mistake so many times, I know we carry that all the time, but
I need to upgrade my setup a little bit.
You have to be able to weld out there for what we're
Come
doing.
along, huge, dude, to pull that axle back in, a couple soft shackles, and
God, I threw that shit away too, dude.
Dude, come-alongs are pretty inexpensive though.
Yeah, but they're a pain in the ass, bro. You couldn't just wrap a winch around it and suck it in, huh?
Maybe I could have. Yeah, if I needed to, I could have. Yeah,
even a ratchet strap. Oh, maybe not.
Dude, the come along was perfect. Honestly, it was.
God, have you ever messed with those though? They're so clumsy.
I used to use them for the cell phone tower stuff all the time. We moved whole arrays around with them and thousands of pounds.
Dang, they're so. Because I had two of them and I was like, I am so sick and tired of moving these things. Yep. They're so hard to even.
It was perfect.
And chuck that garbage.
But I guess.
You're right. They're cheap.
In the moment, it was just the right size for that instant. It was perfect. Something else, it might be too clunky, or the handle, you can't fucking ratchet it. You can't.
I wonder if you could have shoved the bung back in and ratcheted it tight with a ratchet strap and drove out without welding it. Ooh. You don't think so? Because the bung
not do the rest of the trip though.
No. You would have to turn around. But I wonder if you could have milked it off the trail.
I don't think I have a heavy duty those big fat yellow ratchet straps. I don't think I had one in the Jeep.
I'm just talking with the come along. However, you guys had it hooked in the first place, and then maybe held that bung in there.
That steel cable will snap. If you
that's a good point.
Bounce tension on it, it would snap. It can hold a lot of weight, controlled. If you control the tension and ratchet it in and out.
Yeah.
But if you ever bounce it, you'll shred that.
You still carry the high lift jack?
Mm-mm.
I mean,
I need to. It's so heavy though, and I'm trying to be lighter than your Jeep. So.
Dude, I had that thing since 91.
Yeah,
and it's never came off.
I've probably used mine 2 times ever on a trail in 4 or 5 years.
Right.
Which was a huge help, but it seems like there's for a flat tire, we never use it. We use a bottle jack.
We always start with the high lift for some dumb reason, and we switch to the bottle jack every single time.
Yep. I have a great bottle jack now. I'll have to show you that little V. It's a tube with a V.
Okay.
And it cups the axle really well.
Yeah.
And it's an extender, right? So you don't need a massive bottle jack.
Nice.
You can use a 4,000-pound one from.
I got that
the store.
Toyota one that extends crazy,
that's a
and
good one
it's
too.
not hydraulic; it's geared, so
Yeah.
you can lay it anywhere without it going bad.
That's true, and it won't ever just bleed out.
Nope.
Yeah.
But they're expensive as F.
Really? How
Yeah.
much?
The people are selling for $200. Yeah. So every time you're at the junkyard and you see Toyota, go hunt it down.
I noticed at junkyards lately, there's never a battery, There's not that I want a battery, but there's
Right.
never a battery. There's never like anything to pull wheels off. There's never wheels on these vehicles. Like I think they do that so you can't fuck with certain things. And they don't want jacks in the junkyard because they think you're going to jack the vehicle to do something and knock it off their stilts.
Well, you can get their hoist. You can bring the hoist over, but same thing.
I don't think they want you laying under it and with having like 10 jacks to maneuver or something around to pull a frame out of a body. You know?
Yeah, I think you have to get their hoist. They lift it up for you because you can pull axles out. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's under it.
I pulled axles out by myself.
Yeah. So
dude, that Dodge truck was so wiggly though, and I was totally laying under it. Like it was
sketchy. I've seen them fall every now and then. You'll see them falling over. But
so MudSprings, it was a badass trip. Even with the breakdown, camping was so amazing. We had the best food. I think we ate dinner like 3 times. I don't know what the hell was going on, dude. I was so stuffed all of a sudden. Then it was a great trip, even with that damage.
I feel like I haven't been wheeling in forever.
Yeah, but you just went to King of the Hammers for 7 days.
Yeah, but I didn't wheel. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's wheeling stuff.
Yeah, I know, but it's weird. I'm so anxious to go wheeling. That's why I'm like, I'm going to go do Florence.
I know.
I would be wheeling right now if it wasn't raining. But I'm ready for Die Hard too. I'll do Die Hard before Easter Jeep Safari. I was going to wait until after, but
we should get.
I'm ready.
I think White Chris is ready or wants to do it. Maybe we can talk like Aaron and the Jiggly Koala into it
because he said it was easy. Maybe he'll show us how to get through it.
And I think 3 rigs would be great.
Yeah, me
like
too.
For a hard trail like that, just the less things you have to worry about.
Yep. I just need to get a truck up there so I can pull the windshield off. I'm gonna take the window off.
Yeah.
Just in case, so I can lean it on the cage and not worry about
it. Can you flat tow it?
No, that's ghetto. No.
Yeah, but then you could have a truck, throw the windshield in the back.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
I wouldn't do that.
But
I'd rather just unhook the windshield and like chain it to a tree or something.
Well, or we could just put it on someone else's truck that's gonna.
Yeah, because Dario probably. Oh, is he gonna go? But he's gonna be towing now. Yeah.
He's got a truck and a trailer now.
Right. Hey man, moving up, moving on up. Oh, sorry. Anyway, yeah, cool, man.
It was an awesome trip. It was my birthday trip. You know, that's why I invited all my best friends, and out of like 10, 2 showed up. Super cool.
Yeah, maybe you should be a better friend.
I know, right? That's what I was thinking.
Well, last night we were saying Max breaks down every time he goes out.
No, I don't. Dude, I've done like 3 or 4 trips in a row of crazy hard wheeling without a breakdown. I blew out a joint one time.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So I got a question on a couple of these things. So when I broke my leaf spring, right, I have a bunch of extras.
Yeah.
The main leaf is the one that broke this time.
Yeah.
Okay. So even though it has a military wrap, it caught it. It's not attached, but I was able to drive home on it. Not home, but back to camp, which was like 3 or 4 miles away, right? It was no big deal.
It's clunky, huh?
It's clunky. That was it. Made a lot of noise. You're not wheeling like that. You know what I mean? But it did get home. So my question is, the main leaf is like 60 pounds. I mean, the leaf spring, a full pack.
Yeah.
Would you take just the main leaf out, the most important one, and just carry that as a spare with me? Because then I could just take it apart. All those guys that were with me, they all said, "You got a leaf spring?" I was like, "Yeah, at home." And they're like, "Oh, you should bring one." They all carried anybody that had a leaf spring at King of the Hammers carried a leaf spring with them.
Just that one or a full pack?
A full pack. They all went, but I'm like you. I'm trying to stay below in weight.
That sucks though, because you trailered out there. And you had the spare. You could have thrown it in the back of the truck or something.
Yeah, I didn't even think. I threw everything else: drive shafts, front axles.
You've never broken a leaf. Well, yeah, you have.
I've never broke a leaf.
Oh no, I thought for some reason
I blow out the bushing in a leaf.
Yeah.
But that's it. But I I had 4 of them sitting at the house.
How long would it take, like on a trail, if that broke again? How long would it take to undo a leaf spring pack and put the new main leaf back in and put it back together?
It's probably like 30 minutes.
That's not bad.
The thing is it has those 2 hooks. And if I can't get those loose, that's where the trouble would be. You know what I mean?
Why wouldn't you be able to get them loose?
Well, you should. It's a nut and bolt. But I'm just saying, let's say those things stripped out or something didn't work and they wouldn't work. So I'd have to probably make sure I could get them both loose. And then if that works, I think, you know what, to hell with that. I'm going to put the whole leaf in there.
Yeah.
Because then it's 2 bolts and it's out and the new one's
now
like
you're right.
8 bolts.
Well, and really, like, how long until you 4-link the front end?
Oh, I hope in a couple of months.
Yeah.
So I know. Same thing.
But maybe for like if you go camping out at Florence Junction, like just bring a whole leaf and leave it at camp.
Yeah, exactly.
Like now that you know it could happen.
Yep. Like that's a good point. Yeah, because those guys all have trailers. I will definitely do that. And then if we do Die Hard, I'll probably do it too. Leave it with the windshield.
Yeah.
So actually, I wouldn't leave it with the windshield. I'd bring that with me. But because the windshield will be gone.
Yeah, leave the spare tire with the windshield. No, I'm just
Right.
kidding.
Well, yeah.
Dude, diehard's way out there. It's a ways to get back and forth.
That's true.
We all heard that.
What, did you?
I heard it.
All right, what else? We'd like you to like and subscribe and follow.
Good filler content.
Right. At Keep It Simple Off-Road and Mike and Max's Off-Road Podcast and Maximum_Max_Max on Instagrams. Please
Nice.
check out Angel 7 Slot Society. Check out Snell Trail 4x4, Wheel and Wine and Whiskey. Moreflate now has its own website. Moreflate.
Damn. No, he's had his own website, no?
No, we had My Off-Road Radio, but now Moreflate itself has its own.
That's right. That's right.
Thingamajiggy.
I knew there was a website.
Yeah, Tyler, Jimmy, shout out to all those guys.
Dude, I use the Moreflate every time to air up. It is, I mean...
I aired up my Jeep from King of the Hammers in the driveway, and my neighbor came over and went and bought one of the pressure gauges from them. And he wants he was so totally stoked, and all he has is quads. But
nice.
He
just got a pressure gauge? Oh, he doesn't... You don't air quads up and down, huh? You just run them where you run them.
3 pounds or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But he wants the pressure gauge on it.
Yeah, it's a nice pressure gauge.
It really is. So, but the point of that was I was airing up with the Moreflate in the driveway. I used my air compressor at home for it too. It was cool. Yep. It was nice.
I do that when I'm home too, just to save the CO2 because it's a pain in the butt to go buy it.
Dude, it's so. I gotta put the ARB in. What do you think of me hanging it from the roll cage in the back? There's nothing wrong with that, right? Put it up here, right here.
Nah, I don't think it'll work. No. You should just put it in my Liberty.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah. Anyways, that's the stuff. Yeah.
I think we just literally need to say bye.
All right, folks. That's a wrap. Get out on the trail. Get out of that garage.
And don't forget to sip coffee in front of Mike.
Get over to Keep It Simple Off-Road because today, right after this, right now, I'm going to go do a shock install on a JKU.
Ooh, ADS shocks.
Yeah, really nice ones.
They look badass.
Yeah, we're going to try and fix body roll. So look forward to that coming out same time around this is Monday, Tuesday.
Can you fix body roll with shocks mounted that low?
Well, according to Steve, if you put he's got the clickers on him. If you put on the soft clicker, you can compress it. And you put on the hardest compressor, you can't do it. You can't budge it.
That makes sense.
So that should, right?
It should help.
Well, we're going to video before and after, so we'll see. Anyways,
see ya.
That's a wrap. This is where the music comes in.